In a world where kingdoms fall and stars still remember names, this song was forged from magic memory and the dream that refused to die. Welcome to a tale where wonder still breathes. This is the story, the music box heart, a lullaby of love, memory, and the sea of stars created by Pampara. If this tale stirred something in you, a memory, a dream, or a truth, our Ko-fi, Amazon, and Patreon links are in the description. Support helps us keep writing for you and the ones you hold dear. Lay down your head and I'll sing you a lullaby back to the years. Lullaby. I'll sing you to sleep and I'll sing you tomorrow. Bless you with love for the road that you go. May your dreams be soft and your burdens light, carried by winds through a starlit night. And if you wake and the world feels strange, I'll be there to remind you nothing has changed. Rest my heart in the hush of skies. The moon will keep watch with its tender eyes. And in every note, in each soft refrain, love will guide you back to us again. The music box was small enough to fit in Wayne's hands, delicate and unassuming, but it felt as if it held an entire world. Its pale elm wood gleamed under the heart's glow, its silver inlays catching the firelight like stars scattered across night. When Jess placed it gently into her palms, Wayne stared at it with puzzled wonder, her silver hair slipping forward like spun moonlight around her face. Her voice was hesitant, almost afraid to disturb the hush in the room. "Is this for me, my love?" Jess smiled softly, reaching out to brush a stray strand behind her pointed ear, his fingers warm against her cool skin. "It's for you, it's for us. Every note in it carries a piece of our days, our laughter, the nights we've sung together, morning tangled in blankets and sun." Julie leaned in lazily against the doorframe, her smirk playful. And obviously, the time he fell asleep mid-kiss and almost knocked Jess' teeth out, we had to include that one. Wayne flushed, her lips curving into an embarrassed smile. "That happened?" Jess chuckled, pressing a kiss to her forehead. "Yes, and I'd let it happen again." Youngsun approached, calm and tender as always, her touch grounding. She laid her hand over Wayne's trembling fingers, steadying them on the music box. "It's enchanted," she explained. "Every time it plays, it calls the memories home. Even if they slip away for a while, they'll come back to you." Wayne's voice softened, fearful. "I don't want to forget any of you. I don't want to wake up and not know who you are." Jess knelt in front of her, holding her hands firmly. "Then we'll remind you every day, every hour if we must. We'll make you fall in love with us again and again until you're sick of it." Bully snorted, as if she could get sick of us. "Look at us." Buell, Youngsun scolded lightly, though she smiled. That night, moonlight poured softly through the curtains, silvering the room. Jess wound the music box gently, and its tune unfurled like ribbons in the dark. Wayne gasped faintly, eyes widening. "I know this song," she whispered. Her feet found the floor, her body swaying instinctively, as if her bones remembered before her mind could. Jess rose to join her, his hand slipping around her waist. She landed into him, cheek against his chest, listening to the steady rhythm of his heartbeat. "Sing it with me," she murmured. Youngsun's voice came first, low and steady, rich as twilight water. Billy joined next, with harmony weaving around her melody like wind through branches. Jess's deep voice followed last, Grounding them all, together they sang a lullaby for Win. Its verses carrying them through gardens in bloom, lantern-lit festivals, quiet rainstorms and winter nights curled close for warmth. Win closed her eyes and let the sound wash over her. The next morning smelled of warm bread and frying eggs. Sunlight pulled on the kitchen floor as Jess hummed at the stove, his sleeves rolled up, hair messy from sleep. Win padded in quietly, rubbing her eyes, and sat at the table with her chin resting on her arms, watching him without thinking. She hummed along to the tune, soft and fragile, but unmistakably the lullaby from the box. Yongsun sipping tea at the counter smiled. Hear that? She's humming it again. Win blinked, surprised. Was I? Jess turned from the stove, smiling crookedly. You were same song as last night. Win frowned lightly. I don't remember singing it. You don't have to, Jess replied, setting her plate down and leaning into the kiss, the top of her forehead. It's part of you now. Bewley wandered in late, yawning, her hair sticking up wildly. She stole a piece of toast right off Jess' plate. See, even when she forgets, she remembers. Muscle memory of the heart. Later, when the others were outside tending the garden, Win sat in her room alone, the music box in her lap. She wound it slowly, letting its soft song fill the air, and whispered, Jess Byul Young. Her voice was trembling, small like a child's prayer. I love you, I don't want to forget. I don't want to forget. She didn't hear Jess at first, but he was there leaning against the door frame silently, watching her with an expression that both ached and adored. He stepped forward and knelt and cupped her cheek. Even if you forget, he murmured, his forehead resting against hers, I'll be right here to remind you. That evening rain fell softly, summer warm and sweet. Win stood barefoot in the garden under its glow, arms lifted to the sky, laughing as water streamed down her hair and cheeks. The music box melody drifted faintly from the open window. Jess stepped out and into the rain, joining her. He wrapped her close, hands at her waist, rain clinging to their skin. Why are we doing this? She giggled breathlessly. Because you love it, he said, and because you'll remember it. Bewley leaned out from the porch, umbrella uselessly dangling at her side, laughing loud and bright. You two look ridiculous. Hold still and I'm coming. Yongsun's voice followed in a muse, soft as bell. Go on, Byul. You know you want to. Bewley sighed dramatically but grinned. Fine, but if I catch a cold, Jess, you're nursing me. Soon the four of them danced barefoot under the moonlit rain, spinning and laughing, kissing. Their voices rose together once more, singing Win's lullaby into the night until even the stars seemed to hum along. Later they curled in bed, Win tucked safely between Jess and Yongsun. Bewley sprawled at their feet like a lazy cat. Room was dark, quiet but for the music box's soft, ceaseless melody. Win whispered into the hush, Jess. He kissed her damp hair. Yes, my love. Even if I forget tomorrow, will you still love me? Jess pressed his forehead to hers. I'll just make you fall in love with me again, he murmured. Bewley's sleepy voice came from the foot of the bed. We'll all help. Don't hug all the romance, Jess. Yongsun chuckled softly, her lips brushing Win's temple. Sleep, Win. Tomorrow we'll sing it again. The music box played on a quiet thread of silver in the dark, holding them all steady, eternal as the love it carried. They say when Jess, Yongsun, Win and Bewley grew old and weary, they did not fade away like ordinary folk. One quiet evening, as the music box played its familiar tune, they held hands beneath a sky washed in silver light, and together they walked toward the horizon until the land gave way to the sea of stars. The heavens parted for them, and the stardust welcomed them home. Lanterns of light floated beside them, each one glowing with a memory. Wind's laughter in the rain, Yongsun's steady voice in the dark, Bioli's playful teasing, Jess's hand warm and sure. They stepped into that cosmic ocean not as mortals but as something brighter, four souls woven into a single eternal song. The music box played on, and a quiet thread of silver in the dark, holding them all steady, eternal as the love it carried. And on those nights, the children would sit by the window and imagine they saw them, Jess and Yong, Wee and Buell, dancing hand in hand across constellations, spinning in quiet joy while the music carried on. It is said that as long as someone wound that box, the song would never end. It would travel past up rooftops and clouds, slip through the moonlight and reach the sea of stars where the four danced forever, smiling down on those who remembered. And so, whenever the world felt heavy, the children would press their ears close to the music box and whisper, "We remember." And faintly from the stardust above came the answer, "We are here, we always will be," and the music played on. Closing poem. Blessed be your sleep, blessed be the roads you walk, blessed be every mile where your tender feet may tread, guarded by the hands of our love carried through the years. When you wake again, may the skies be painted blue, every cloud a song, every ray a thread of warmth, every hour a proof of love living just for you. Sleep, my dearest heart, let the lullabies unfold, timeless, deep, and soft, holding you as I once did, till the day I hold you still, under dawn's first glow. This piece is dedicated to my dearest sunshine, Kim Yong-sun. Please show her your love and support on her channel, Solarcido. She's the heart behind so much of the light I share here. If you enjoy poems, short stories, and heartfelt journeys like this one, stay a while and see if any of my work resonates with you. I'd love for you to consider subscribing if you find a piece of your heart here. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what new story formats or poems you'd love to see. Your voice helps shape this growing storybook we're building here. Thank you for walking this world with me. Have a nice day.